Hi, Bob the Canadian here. Today I'm going to tell you 2 jokes and 1 riddle. Jokes and riddles are great ways to learn a language. Jokes are basically small stories that have a funny ending or a punchline. Riddles are sometimes questions or phrases where you have to guess the answer. So let's look at 2 jokes and 1 riddle, and stay around to the end because the riddle, in my opinion, is a really good one. So there was a guy named Joe, and he was driving a truck, and he had the truck full of penguins. He was driving along, and all of a sudden he fell asleep, and his truck went off the road and flipped onto its side, and all of the penguins escaped. No one was hurt, but the penguins were outside of the truck. Joe didn't know what to do, and then he noticed another truck was pulling over off of the highway, and a man got out and said, "Hi, my name is Frank. It looks like you have a lot of penguins loose here. My truck is empty. Let's put the penguins in my truck, and I'll take them wherever you were originally taking them." Joe was very, very relieved. So him and Frank, together, they rounded up all the penguins and they got them into Frank's truck. And Joe said, "I was originally taking the penguins to the zoo. If you could take them to the zoo for me, I would really appreciate that." And Frank said, "No problem, I'll take him to the zoo," and he headed off. Now, a couple of days later, Joe was driving along and he saw Frank go by in his truck with all the penguins in the back still. So he chased him with his vehicle and he waved at him to pull over off of the highway. And he pulled over, and Joe went up to Frank's truck and he said, "Frank, what are you doing? I told you to take the penguins to the zoo." And Frank said, "I did, and we had so much fun. So today, I think I'm going to take them to the museum." So I'm not sure if you got the punchline, the end of the joke. I don't want to spend too much time explaining the joke, but the funny part is that Frank was treating the penguins as if they were visiting relatives or as if they were children who wanted to go to the zoo to see all the animals, and then they wanted to go somewhere else that was equally as fun or enjoyable. So that's joke number 1. Let's look at joke number 2. So joke number 2, I'm going to use the same 2 guys. So Joe and Frank are really good friends now. And one weekend, Frank says, "Hey Joe, let's go and rent a boat at a boat rental shop, and let's go do some fishing." And Joe says, "That sounds great, let's do that." So Frank and Joe drive out to a lake, and they go to a boat rental shop, and they pay their money, and they're told, "You can have boat number 7. Frank and Joe get into boat number 7, and they head out into the lake, and they basically start fishing, and they're catching all kinds of fish. So Joe says to Frank, "Frank, this is a really good spot. Let's put an X on the bottom of the boat so we remember where to come tomorrow." And Frank says, "Joe, that won't work. What if we don't get the same boat?" So I'm not sure if you get that one. It kind of has 2 punchlines. The first punchline is, if you put an X on the bottom of a boat, it doesn't help you find the same spot on the lake. And then we think that the other person actually knows that that's a bad idea, but then they make almost as bad of a mistake by saying, "What if we don't get the same boat?" So that was joke number 2. Let's look at riddle number 1. So this riddle is, what's black and white and red all over? So what's black and white and red all over? So think about that for a minute. I'll count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer is a newspaper. So this riddle is a little bit of a play on words. You thought I said, what's black and white and red all over? But what I actually said was, what's black and white and red all over? And you'll notice a difference between the color red and the verb, which indicates reading. So the answer is a newspaper. A newspaper is black, it's white, and it's read all over the world. Well, Bob the Canadian here. I hope you enjoyed this short little video. It's actually Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. So I had a big meal yesterday and I'm heading out today to have another big meal. Thanksgiving in Canada is in October. In the United States, it's in November, and it's a holiday where we give thanks. So one of the things that I am thankful for today is all of you. I am so thankful that you watch my videos. I'm so thankful that you leave comments below. I'm so thankful that you give me thumbs up and you subscribe. And I'm just thankful that you watch. I'm thankful that you're spending some time learning a new language. I think anyone that focuses on learning a new language is helping the world. So I'm thankful that all of you are helping the world. Have a good weekend, good week yourself. I'll see you this Friday, 8:15 a.m. for a live stream on phrasal verbs. Have a great day.